Today we celebrate the baptism of the Lord, which means that it's the last Sunday of our Advent and Christmas season. Let's think about this for a moment. We began this season of blue. We've seen the color blue since the beginning of Advent. So on November the 30th, when we launched the season of Advent together, we've seen blue throughout Advent and throughout Christmas. How do we celebrate Christmas? Christmas is always on December the 25th. What's the first Sunday after Christmas? That's always the Holy Family. What's the second Sunday after Christmas? That was last Sunday. Last Sunday was Epiphany, which means that the third Sunday after Christmas is always the baptism of the Lord. How interesting that we sort of flash forward from Christmas and the presentation in the temple, which is the Feast of the Holy Family, and the Epiphany, the visit of the Magi. We now flash forward some 27 or so years. According to the Gospel, Jesus was about 30 years old when he was baptized by John the Baptist. We don't know a lot about those 30 years. What we know is that when Jesus was baptized in the Jordan River, it was a new beginning for him. It really marked the beginning of his ministry. And so we celebrate the baptism of the Lord today. Beginning tomorrow, we're back into ordinary time. Ordinary time? What color is ordinary time? Do we remember? Ordinary time is green. So ordinary time is green. We'll be in the middle of ordinary time until Lent begins in mid-February, and the color for Lent will be purple. So we're going from blue to next week is green, and after that we switch to purple in Lent. How interesting that when we gather next week we'll be celebrating the second Sunday of ordinary time. Wait a minute, is today the first Sunday of ordinary time? No, today's the baptism of the Lord. So the question becomes, how are we celebrating the second Sunday of ordinary time next week, next Sunday? When is the first Sunday of ordinary time? When is the first Sunday of ordinary time? We're celebrating the second next Sunday, then when was the first? There is no first Sunday of ordinary time. So why is next week the second Sunday of ordinary time? Because what happens is we celebrate the baptism of the Lord, but then tomorrow we begin Monday of the first week of ordinary time. So tomorrow is Monday of the first week of ordinary time. Tuesday is Tuesday of the first week of ordinary time, etc. We go through this week as the first week of ordinary time, which means that next week is the second week of ordinary time. And to kick off the second week of ordinary time is the second Sunday of ordinary time. So the church never celebrates the first Sunday of ordinary time. Instead, we celebrate the baptism of the Lord, and then tomorrow we jump into ordinary time with Monday of the first week of ordinary time.